Today, I want to talk about evaluating very basic definite integrals. So let's get into it. So over on the left, we'll start with our first example. So the first step when evaluating them is let's look at the integrand, right, or the function that we're integrating. And we can see it is 7, okay? And our first step is taking the integral of it. The integral of 7 is 7x, okay? Because if we take the derivative of 7x, we get 7, right? So the integral of 7 is 7x. Then we're going to draw this. This is our evaluation sign. And now we're going to look what is our upper limit of integration and what's our lower limit of integration. Well, our upper limit of integration is 1, so we're going to write that here. And our lower limit of integration is 3. Now, this is our function right here, and we're going to evaluate our function at the upper limit of integration, and then we're going to evaluate our function at the lower limit of integration, and whatever the function is at the lower limit of integration, we're going to subtract that from whatever the function was at the upper limit of integration. So let's do that. So we start with 1, 7x when x equals 1 is 7, and then minus 7x when x equals 3 is 21. So 7 minus 21, that's just negative 14, and that's our answer. All right, then let's move on to this one. And then once again, our first step here, let's take a look. What is the integrand? The integrand is t minus square root of 2. So our first step is taking the integral of this. So what's the integral of t? That's 1/2 t squared. Then, what's the integral of negative square root of 2? Well, that'll be negative t square root of 2, right? So then, we add our evaluation sign. And what's our lower limit of integration? Well, that's 0. And our upper limit of integration is square root of 2. Okay? Then, we're going to take square root of 2 and we're going to plug it into here. So we get 1/2 times square root of 2 squared minus square root of 2 times square root of 2. And then we're going to subtract whatever this function is at the lower limit of integration. But we can see that it's 0. And when we plug 0 into here, we just get 0 back. So we don't have to subtract anything off. But just to clarify that, I'll say minus 0. Okay? So then 1/2, we get 1/2 times square root of 2 squared is 2 minus square root of 2 times square root of 2 is also 2. So this is 1 minus 2, which just equals negative 1. And that's our answer. Then let's move on to this one. So once again, let's start with evaluating what is the integral of our integrand. Well, what's the integral of 3x squared? That'll just be x cubed. What's the integral of x, right? Well, we already did that for t. It's 1/2. In our case, it'll be x squared. 1/2 x squared. And then minus, this will be 5x. And then we add our evaluation sign. And our lower limit of integration is 1. And our upper limit of integration is 0. All right? Then we're going to take our function at the upper limit of integration, right? But if we look at this, our upper limit of integration is 0. And if you plug 0 into here, we just get 0. So we can just say 0 minus, and then we're going to take 1 and we're going to plug it into here. So this will be 1 cubed minus 1 over 2 times 1 squared minus 5 times 1. Then this equals, let me not forget the equal sign, negative, this will be 1 minus 1/2 minus 5, right? And then, sorry, I'm not sure why I wrote minus, this is plus. Then this will become negative. This will become 1.5 minus 5, right? And this will become negative 3.5, but that just equals 3.5. And that is our final answer. Now, obviously, we can see that these were very basic. And now there's not much that we can do to do anything more advanced at this point, because I'm assuming you haven't done any sort of substitution methods. But I did just make a video about that yesterday, and probably in the next 2 days, I'll be making a video evaluating definite integrals with substitution methods, in which we'll be doing more complicated things. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's anything wrong or if you have anything additional to add. Have a great day.